All right, I'm back. So a bit of a explanation there. I feel like I owe an explanation for the last video. The last video I'm uploading now, so I won't be able to watch it until it's a certain part through the processing. But believe it or not, and this might be hard to believe, updating the drivers on your GPU that you're plugged into and displaying all of your graphics out of uh, can mess things up, especially when it comes to the graphical output from your computer that you're looking at. So that's what happened with me. The graphical output just stopped producing. And I was tempted to just wait for everything to finish, but I got impatient and I just rebooted it, and now I have the graphics back. So I don't know if the firmware didn't upgrade. Now, what we can do is we can open the hardware manager, the device manager, and look at the version of the firmware. So if we go here and we go to properties, we should be able to get some. Yeah, so now we can get the version of the driver. So it's 31.0.15.5244. So let's take a look at the version that I downloaded. Okay, so the version I downloaded is 52.44. Let's see if that's different. Nope, it's the same. So we can see now I've got the correct version of the firmware. So either it completed successfully or I already had the version that was up to date. So the next thing I would like to do, and hopefully I can see that, sometimes it just processes for high definition, and you can watch the video in a lower quality. So what I want to see is, when did it stop recording? I'm hoping it stopped recording once I lost output, but if I didn't and it's a long video, it's just a kind of a bonus to everyone watching this. If you look at my personal channel, I play you can hear me playing this song, so you'll hear me playing some of that. That's okay. I'm gonna leave it up. But this channel, I like to keep on topic with things. So once this is updating, I'll get a better sense of where it stopped. But I did advance the bookmark right before it updated, so I don't think I lost any content of the book. Really, all I was doing was working with ChatGPT to prepare my local environment for running these code examples. So I don't think I lost anything significant. I'm actually good now in this second video to continue where I left off. So let's go back to manage videos. Maybe the processing is complete enough that I can see where I left off. Nope, so I still can't see that. So now I'm going to open Visual Studio Code. And let's see if we can get things back to where they were. So we're starting it in WASL, Windows Subsystem for Linux. We've got the same files open. We've got our Venv open as well. So let's do Jupyter Notebook. Now we can see Jupyter Notebook might be open already. We can see we've got these here. So if we click here, okay. So nope, these are. We can probably see the state of them. So these are auto forwarded. Yeah. So here is probably the state. We can see there's no running process. So let's get rid of these ports. Otherwise, it'll just increment and create more of those. And then now we've also got a 1 here. We've got some problems here. Oh, okay. You know what? These are kind of cool because you can see. So it looks like if we use the percent sign rather than the exclamation point, we might have better results there. So let's open a Jupyter Notebook. All right, so open in browser, and then we'll go to our use case 1, go to our there, and you know what? Let's try that. Let's change this to a percent sign, and then we'll reset and clear all output. And we'll see if we get a different result here. There we go. It seems to work about the same. I mean, before it's it did install everything. So we moved on to the next without any errors. So we're going to move on to the true test. But now you can see we do have that problem is resolved, I think. No, it's not. All right, so all I have to do is that, and now that resolves. So we've got a import is missing. Depends on yeah. So that's fine. Okay, so now we've still got this problem. We've got no module named sans. So that's a problem. If we go here, we have it. It's sans.py. So I guess I don't understand where that's coming from. And the other thing I'm noticing that's kind of interesting, there appears to be no classes here. I think you can import functions as well as classes. Yeah, so there's no you know what, I think what it has to be is instead of so we have to install sans, and we don't have that here. So let's try that and see if that resolves the issue. So we're gonna go back. We're gonna reload the notebook, not save the changes, that's fine, and then change this back, and then we're going to add sans to the end. But first we're going to restart and clear all output. Okay, and then we're going to edit this to say sans and install it by running the cell. And yeah, so now we've got sans, so hopefully that will work now. All right, so we're on to the next problem now, which is good. We're able to import sans, so now we're dealing with the good stuff. We don't have any CUDA drivers on my my GPU, which might be good because I don't want to brick that thing. But let's try to get those CUDA drivers. So hopefully I don't brick my machine again. I think I might. But before I do that, let me take a look again at okay, still processing. Okay, so that's fine. And then let's go ahead and do something here. Oh yeah, right. Let's look at the prior one that I had, and now we've got a set of instructions for enable the CUDA drivers. So there we go. We've got everything good with that. So the next thing we need to do is download and install the CUDA toolkit. It has the page there. So we need to accept the cookies. Then we need to, it looks like we have to fill this out in order to, we can hit the X there. So I'm going to do that. Now this is where it's tricky because my operating system, okay, thank you. So I'm moving on to installing the CUDA drivers, and it gets tricky because it's asking for my operating system, and I am using Linux, but I'm using WASL, I'm using WSL, I am using the Windows subsystem for Linux. So is my operating system Linux, or is my operating system Windows? Yeah. Okay. Which one do I need? I think I need x86-64. Yeah, so I need x86-84. Yeah, for sure. And we could get that information. This is an educational channel, so I'm gonna teach how to find that information. So what you can do is open the hardware, the device manager right there. So you just open up the search menu and search for device manager. Then under display drivers, you open up whatever display driver you have. I have an NVIDIA. You're gonna need a NVIDIA. And then we can look under, let's see here, details, description, events. So what we're looking for now is whether it's x86 architecture or whether it's any of those other kinds of architectures. So probably details is a decent place to look. Is there maybe architecture? Do we have anything like that under the details? So I don't see anything like that. Let's maybe the device. So the device description is there. We got the instant path there. Hardware IDs, compatibilities. So driver version, we've seen that one already. So let's ask. So if I want to get the architecture, so I'm going to do a print screen, hit that, and I do a function print screen, or a shift print screen, or control print screen. I'm not sure how to. So let's do properties, let's do details, and then we'll do a function print screen. Does that do it? Nope. So we need to take. Yeah, so then I'll do print screen, shift print screen, control print screen, which just closes it. All right, and then I'll try a function print screen. Oh, you know what? I was hitting control lock, not print screen, so therein lies the problem. But even when I hit print screen proper, it still does not work. And you can see when I click off of there, I don't get that. So we're gonna open this again. We're gonna hit print screen, shift print screen, control print screen, alt print screen, and then function print screen, which does not work. And then we'll try alt print screen on the other side, control on the other side, shift on the other side. Yeah, so unfortunately it looks like there's no way to print this. Let's do a control N. Okay, so let's select this tool, and then we'll open this and we'll do a control N. Okay, now we'll do a print screen, control print screen. Okay, so there's unfortunately no way to do what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do is take a picture of that menu and feed it into ChatGPT. So if we change this to full screen, and then we do this, yeah, so normally it's pretty easy. Normally you just hit print screen, but in this case, print screen okay, perfect. So now what we can do is change this back to rectangle, and then we can open this up, and now we can hit Windows print screen, the one that I didn't try. And now we can open up Paint, put it into Paint, and now we can feed this into ChatGPT. Okay, and we can take a screenshot from here. Perfect. So we'll put that into ChatGPT, and we're going to say, so this is a screenshot of all of the information that I can see about my display driver. I do have an NVIDIA GPU, which would be great for doing AI ML applications locally on my hardware. but I'm not sure what architecture I have. So, like, which property can I display in the menu in the screenshot to know definitively the architecture I need to select? And also let me know if I've got it all wrong and the architecture they're actually asking for isn't the architecture of my GPU, but it's the architecture of something else. Ah, okay. Why does it need to know that? Why does it need to know the architecture of my CPU? Okay, so here's a screenshot of my device manager. So you can see there's that scroll bar, so there's more options than is just listed there. But tell me this, which device do I look at if I want to know definitively the architecture of my CPU without guessing? Okay, so you've given me Okay, so you've given me multiple ways to check this and verify, and I see that it is 8664. So thank you for that. So one final thing, let's say I want to learn how to use my Windows, device manager to find out this information. So I've included a screenshot of the details, and again, there's more details. You can see that in the scroll bar. So which one would I select here to definitively prove that it is, the architecture of the CPU? All right. Well, I'm pretty. All right. Well, I'm pretty happy with it, anyways. I mean, I want to install it in WASL anyway. WSL, Windows Subsystem for Linux anyway. So using a command there makes the most sense. And I used the command uname-m, and it verifies it. So I'm happy enough with that. I don't have to do it, 8 ways until Sunday. I believe the architecture based on the methods I did use. It kind of sucks that you have to resort to these other methods, and it is not more straightforward just in the device manager like that. But I guess this is why Linux is the preferred operating system for developers, and Windows is just kind of for non-developers who just want to like play games and browse the internet and stuff like that. Yeah. Oh, you can't use. All right, so this looks good. So next, we're going to follow the instructions here to get the toolkit. Let's do that. And I'll just put these in a new file, text file, paste that in there, and then I'll run one at a time. Okay, so now we've got the files. I've got a great internet connection now. So happy with that. All right, so I'm doing sudo, so I need to enter in my password. And then we've got two more commands here. This one should be familiar with everyone. And then this one should look pretty familiar as well. Now the -y flag, that means if it asks you for a yes or no, you're going to, by default, answer yes. And we can see that occurred there. It happened in a blink of an eye, but I was able to see it. All right, and now we've got the... Okay, perfect. I'm done with this step now. I installed CUDA in my Windows subsystem for Linux, and I'm ready to go with this step. So now remind me what the rest of the steps were in the process so I can complete them, please. Yeah, it'd be impossible to do this without ChatGPT. I love ChatGPT. Oh shoot. Okay, so the CUDA drivers, kind of a perhaps obviously a big ask on the computer, so it's taking a while to get those downloaded. You know what? We can do some of these commands in the meantime. Especially the wget. All we're doing is installing something from the internet. So let's get that started. It won't interfere with what's happening locally there. All right. And I think we can probably even do this one because I think similarly uh, it's just getting something from the internet. Ah, okay. So we can't do this one yet because it's dealing with a space that's already occupied, and that's probably has to do with this install here. So what we can do now is check the video to see how embarrassing it is. If I need to edit it, take it down. Um, okay, so we can see it's an hour and 7 minutes. All right, so it cut off. It cut off where I thought it did, so that's good. So this is now part 29 that I'm creating now, and I'm about a half an hour in, so I'm just preparing my environment for these hands-on exercises. We've got the CUDA drivers set up, so we're going to move on to the next set of drivers. All right, and then the next command here. All right, and then the final command here. So now we're unable to locate the package. So let me feed that into ChatGPT. How do I know if I need CUDNN 11 or 12? Or, obviously I'm pretty sure I don't need the CUDNN, but maybe I could need that as well because I wasn't able to find it. But how do I know which CUDNN I need? All right, so that looks good. So now we're installing that set of tools. So I should be able to run this command once. All right, so we don't need that anymore. So we can. So it's gonna take a minute. Okay, it's going a bit faster now. Look at that! Look at that great download speed. I love it. Oh wait, no, this isn't my download speed. Okay, look at that terrible download speed. What the heck? Why is that happening? I should have pretty good download speed. Yeah, I don't know why it's downloading so slowly. All right, so this might take a hot minute to complete. So I do have some mail that I need to bring in. This would be a good time to do that. Yeah, so this doesn't need to, I don't need to show this. Basically all I'm doing is installing that set of tools, and then I'm going to use that set of tools to determine which version of CUDA is installed on my system. Oh, you know what? Which I have here anyways. We know that it's version 12 because I just installed it from there. So we know that this is the command to run instead of the command that was not found. So, well, shoot. Now I wish I could cancel this because I don't need this set of tools anymore. But yeah, so you know what? I have to bring in that mail, so I'm gonna pause it, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So let's check the progress here. So where last command we run, if I didn't up the arrow, was getting that command. So you know what? Let's follow along with that, and just so that we can check that it's installed correctly. And there we go. We learned what we are. Oh, you know what? This is kind of fascinating. It's actually version 11, even though we installed version 12. So I don't know what's going on there, but it's a good thing I did that. So yeah, we're gonna need a different command than I thought. We're gonna need the um, now. Why is it version 11? This is okay. Well, whatever. As long as it works. I don't know if it'll work, but we'll definitely try the version 11. Oh, and we can't locate that package either. So. Okay. Uh, uh, okay, I don't know what to do. I wasn't expecting that not to work. I guess I could maybe try running all these commands again, but I don't think that's gonna. I don't think that's gonna solve the issue. The issue is it just doesn't have. And I'm doing apt-get update, so it just doesn't have it. Is the issue? Yeah, it just doesn't have it. Oh, and my mouse is on the floor. That's not a good place for it. Okay, so here we go. Installation instructions from there. And might as well do a link to it as well. And then we'll do a link to this. And then we'll do a link to the output of that tool. Yep, right there. And then we'll just hit enter. And I do need to, well, you know what, before we hit enter, I'll take a quick break. All right, I'll take a quick break, and when I come back, I'll hit enter on that. All right, I'm back from my break, so let's take a look at where we're at. So we're at, same thing. We can't find that package. Oh, right, we're about to hit enter. Yeah, so it's not able to find these packages. Okay, so yeah, this is fine. So we have to download this. So we're gonna go to C drive, and then it should be like I don't even know. Um. Oh, you know what? It's this file. So we can download it with. So all we have to do is follow along with these commands, and then we get it, and hopefully this will be that. Yeah, and it's a very large file. It's a gig, so gonna take a while there. Especially since oh, it looks like we're downloading at a high speed. Thankfully. Oh no, this is the speed we're downloading at because we can see it's per second. So. Okay, so GPG does not appear to be installed, so let's install the key. Ah, and that would have been the next. That would have been the next one anyway. All right, and then there we go. Now the thing is, we're setting up this local repo here, so so it should be able to find it from the local repo. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So now it's installing it from the local repo. Perfect. I don't know what I. Oh, this is what I did different. I tried installing it from the network and it wasn't working, so I installed it from the local repo instead. Okay, so now the next thing to do is to verify my installation. So we've got everything. We've followed the guide here. Then we we extracted it. I believe we copied it to the appropriate directories. I think. And then so we'll do this verification command, and if it fails, then we'll probably have to do these steps as well. But for now, we gotta wait for it to install. Okay, so it's installed. We'll do this verification command. So yep, we got a problem there. So let's run these commands. We'll run one at a time just to be safe. Okay, so we've got a problem there as well. Okay, so this is just a dummy command. You have to fill this in with the version, and then you have to have this .tgc file here. I don't see the .tgc file, GC file, so obviously that part's not going to work. Let's try this. Let's do a find dash name CUDA forward slash CUDA, or find forward slash dash name CUDA. Okay, so we've definitely got it in the local repo. And in the site packages, definitely got some hits here. We've got it in Etsy alternatives. All right, and let's do this. We're going to all these error messages here. We're going to pipe that in, redirect that output from those error messages into /dev/null. So we're just going to get rid of them. And we've got Etsy alternatives. That looks promising. We've also got, so let's take a look at what it looks like. So it's wanting to copy from CUDA include. So let's, and I accidentally opened this. So let's do CUDA include. Okay, I don't see CUDA include anywhere. Maybe it's Etsy alternatives. Let's try that. Yep, so we've got include here. Okay, so this is, I think, what we need to do. Now we need to copy this file here, cudnn, and then yeah. So let's do we're gonna do just like file cudnn. Let's see what our options are. Okay, so we actually don't have a cudnn file. All right. Well, anyway, let's verify the installation of TensorFlow. So let's just go into a shell. And then paste in the code there. Okay, so yeah, we did it. Okay. That looks like there were some error messages there, but they didn't look too badly. Let's clean up the work here. So we're gonna do rm CUDA CUDO star. Okay, so we clean that up, and then let's try it in the Jupyter notebook. And we've got the Python 3 kernel here. Yeah, so okay, so we're gonna run all the cells up to there. These are already satisfied. That is good. And this is the big test. So So now we've got NumPy is the problem. Now we've got uh, a problem with so we have to rebuild TensorFlow with the appropriate compiler flags. Whew, this is a bit much. So the author recommends not to do this. The author recommends to do it in a Google Colab notebook and presumably to draw from other GPUs online from the cloud, presumably. So the author is not expecting the reader to go through everything I'm doing here. I just want to get it to run locally because I do have a nice GPU, and I want to be able to do machine learning that isn't so cost intensive. Want to get good at that specifically. Okay, so we've got a problem here. So I just did a reload on it. And I'm not sure what the unusual activity was. It might have been my Bluetooth disconnecting. So we'll try refreshing the page. And then regenerating. I'll try a refresh without the cache. So Control R. And then try regenerating that as well. And if that doesn't work, we'll open up a new... Yeah, it's not going to work. Let's do a new chat. Okay, so I don't think it's going to work, unfortunately. And we see, yeah, it's just... Yeah, it's just not working. There's unusual activity. Yeah, so if we run the other cells, we're gonna have problems. Yeah, so the module sans has no attribute to that, which that's kind of a goofy one. Metric df is not defined. Yeah, so we got a lot of goofy ones here. Probably because the import statements did not work. So anyway, I think that's all I got for now. I can usually only do like an hour. That's just all I got in me. So we can try it up in the Google Colab site. That's fine. That might work better than doing it locally like this. So I think I'm at the almost near an hour mark, and then I did one before. So yeah, this is a bust, unfortunately, but stay tuned because we're going to probably try it in the Colab as the Google Colab notebook as the author recommends, and then that way we might be able to use GPUs up in the cloud rather than a local one, and it'll be easier to run that way. Worst comes to worst, we can kind of do what we've done with other books and take the L, if you know what I mean. Take the loss on trying to run the tutorial. But I hate to do that, and that's usually a sign of a book that's kind of a low quality because the author isn't able to think about the reader, and they just kind of think of it from their own perspective of what the special access and privilege they have to things. So my favorite books are ones where even if you're running on a potato, there's some kind of solution so that you can actually run the examples. So hopefully we'll be able to get these up and running from the book, but it'll have to be in the next video.